because it's 4:30 right now.
Yep. So let's get up on here. Oh, okay. Let's see. Got it, but it ain't doing
Yeah.
that.
One
Turn
stop
it.
to the next stop.
All right.
Spell it out.
I don't see a
One
chair
stop.
though.
One stop.
First stop.
To the, first stop.
First stop.
First
Oh my
stop.
god! Oh my god!
Hey, first stop. First stop to the
It
next
ain't
stop.
doing nothing.
There goes. See, on the corner there. First stop.
Oh, you know what? Okay, it's the number one.
Okay. Ready? Let's go now.
You ready?
Go.
First stop to the next stop. Covering all your sports info. You step in and stand clear. Let's go. Don't stop. You got Super Dave, Coach Kirk, and Todd the Magnificent. You're now tuned into Bars and Hoops Radio, where the world of hip hop and sports live.
All right. Good afternoon, everyone. We are live. It is Super Dave along with Serge, the sports star. G Money in the building. Serge might be a little asleep. What up, Serge?
What's going on? I'm sorry. I was just sending Coach a thank you for sending me
All
the
right,
thing.
no doubt. Along, okay, we have some special guests in the building right now. The Relic is out. Slick the Relic, shout out to you and your Steelers taking that L yesterday. And Todd the Magnificent, shout out to you. So right now, we have a couple of special guests in the building today. We have Lisa Ray and we have Cleo Smalls. They are two great promoters that we grew up together with. Cleo from 5-4 Jams and Lisa Ray of Nonstop Entertainment, formerly of Nonstop Entertainment. So,
We still around.
okay, no doubt.
In Charlotte.
Yeah, well, shout out to Aquan and Frank. Aquan, we started in junior high school together, and we're here. All right, so we brought Lisa in today because, well, listen, let's let Lisa introduce herself, and we could go from there. Go, Lisa.
All right. So my name is Lisa Ray, the real Lisa Ray, also known as Angel Ray, and I'm light skinned. I live in Queens.
Chicken and collard greens.
Love eating chicken and collard greens, all that. Yeah. So yeah, as Dave was letting you know, definitely a Nonstop Entertainment. We put comedy on the map back in the day, and Nonstop is actually in Charlotte now with Diane Gibbs. It's bringing comedy to Charlotte.
Shout out to
So
Diane.
shout out to Diane Gibbs. And Diane is actually also, you see the shirt, Angels Hearts. I have a nonprofit, Angels Hearts for Hope, to raise awareness for multiple sclerosis, which I was diagnosed back in 2016. So since then, I decided to just be on a mission to share, raise awareness, and fight to live. And that's my short story of it.
Okay. So Saturday, you're having a fundraising event
Yes.
in Rochdale.
Yes.
Could you tell us a little bit about that?
Sure. So Angels Hearts for Hope Foundation, Inc. was founded during the pandemic, May of 2020. And so we're going into our 5th year. And since then, we have done several fundraisers and also business pop-up shops where we brought Black businesses in to present their products. And then I would also have a table and share about MS. You know, you get the crowd, you get the people. There's a huge misconception about multiple sclerosis in the African American community. A lot of people are, don't want to draw attention to themselves. And I'm definitely not that person. I mean, at the end of the day, I always got attention and I still get it now, but it's more because I always say ain't nothing changed but my limp. People see me walking, they're like, what happened? So I go through the whole spiel of being transparent and sharing what I'm dealing with, what I'm going through, to let them know, one, I'm okay, but just to empower other people, excuse me, to be to tap into their gifts, whatever that is, and to live their lives. Continue to live your life. I travel, I do all the things. I go to black tie affairs, I get dressed up, but I may wear sneakers most of the time. Hence, this Saturday, we're doing our first MS Strong Sneaker Ball. So you're coming in your elegant attire. So come and look cute. Make sure your hair is done, and all of that. And put on your cute outfits and your funky sneakers. I don't know if people say funky anymore. I'm dating myself, but it's okay. So yeah, I'm gonna have on some cute sneakers, and we have Dr. Bob Lee hosting it. He's a huge community activist.
Mm-hmm.
We have a live band doing some old school R&B. We have DJ Vernon, which is our former DJ SMB Sound, which is our former DJ from Manhattan proper.
All right.
And we're gonna have dinner, and we're gonna have a good time. You're gonna be there, right? Cleo's gonna be there.
Yeah, I got my ticket. So could you tell our viewing audience what time it starts and where it is?
Okay, so it's in Rochdale Village in the community center, and it's early. So it starts at 6 p.m. It's from 6 p.m. to 11 p.m.
Okay.
So you'll still be able to get up on Sunday and go to church.
Amen.
Amen.
Okay, so that's what's important. But yeah, if anybody's interested, they can go to they can call me 917-523-6550. Hope you got it. And they can look on Eventbrite, MS Strong Sneaker Ball, and I can send you the link, or Cleo can send you the link. Somebody can send you the link. If you still want to attend, you can still come and participate. We're going to have a good time. And it's really about bringing the community together. So there will be some people there that have MS like myself in various presentations. So you may see people in wheelchairs. You may see people with canes. You may see people that have no presentation, because this is considered an invisible disease. And, like for me, I fell today, y'all. Let me just tell you.
Oh, really? Oh.
I sure did.
Oh.
Cleaning. And then all of a sudden I was like, wait. And I went backwards and fell, and I was like, okay, I didn't hurt myself.
Wow.
But I've fallen probably 40, 50 times over the last several years. No lie. And it's just amazing that I never broke anything. But you see people swaying and walking or whatever. You ever see people walking, kind of dragging their foot, looking like kind of walking like Frankenstein? I'm sorry, y'all. No, I'm not trying to, but that's what it is. You're walking, dragging your leg. Either they had a stroke or they have multiple sclerosis.
Right.
So now that I've experienced so much and I know so much, I'm like, and even when it comes down to dealing with the treatment and the doctors and all of that, you have to be in tune with your body, and you have to push back. Don't just accept whatever somebody wants to give you, because I was misdiagnosed. And because of the misdiagnosis, I have screws and rods in my back that I shouldn't have when it was the MS. So, the community needs to know, they need to be aware, we need to hold each other up, we need to support one another. I'm here, I have a grant, the organization has a grant. We've been helping people, we helped someone get glasses. We helped another woman get a hospital bed. She had surgery, she came home, she needed a hospital bed. We helped her get a hospital bed. And we most recently this year in March, as you know, the gentleman won the grant. He was awarded the grant. He has a ramp so he can move safely in and out of his house. So we're here to help people. If anybody needs a grant, go to angelsheartsforhope.org. It's a very easy process, very comprehensive. Fill out the form, send it back, indicate MS grant. We're happy to help you. And we're looking to identify 2 people. So if you need some help, somebody that has multiple sclerosis, they need a little assistance with co-pays, mobility products, whatever it is, tell them to fill out that form. And we're happy to help.
So with your journey, and I know it's been a rough journey, what's the most significant thing that you have encompassed, that you have overcome?
So when I was first diagnosed, I'm gonna be honest with you. I have this AFO brace that I wear because I have this drop foot. So I'm not tripping and stumbling over myself. And for the first 2 years, I would say I wore long dresses or long pants because I didn't want to have the conversation. Like everybody looking, but then one summer, it was like 90 something degrees. I was like, bump that. I'm putting on some shorts with my brace and I don't care. And from that point on, I just looked in the mirror. I was like, And my
This is you.
right. And my son said to me, he said, you have MS, but it doesn't have you. He said, you're still you. You're still Lisa Ray. And I was like, okay, you're right. And so from that point on, I was out, do my 2-step, 1-step, whatever, shake a leg, I still participate. I still travel, sometimes by myself. I do all of the things. I won't go out of the country by myself because to me, that's a safety issue.
Right.
But I go anywhere else. And, Cleo tell you, I drive,
Okay.
I do whatever. And so just not accepting, because I don't want to say I've accepted it, because, this is big thing too. Some people are like, oh, people are trying to cure you. I want to be better, and I'm fighting to be better. I am an independent person, so I want to do things. And what happens is some people feel like people are trying to cure them. And I'm like, I would like to be cured myself, but I'm not necessarily relying on the doctors for that. I'm relying on prayer, on God. Yeah. He has me. I know he has allowed this to happen to me because he trusts me, because he knows that I'm not thinking about myself, because it's definitely not about me. I know that I'm a person that people look to. They see and they're like, what's going on? How is she handling this? And so for me, I'm living my life. I'm also in graduate school too for disability studies, and I'll be finishing soon. So when that happens, I see myself going to Washington to really advocate for people. I already have some advocacy campaigns ready to serve the community and to help people. So I finally realized what God gave me my big mouth for, to speak up for other people.
Nice.
Speak up for myself, but also speak up for other people. So it's not about a disability, it's about an ability, and we all have that.
This is true. So, that's great. Like, I guess, like, when, like, what sticks in, your mind sometimes is, like, back in the days, like, when y'all was doing the proper. I remember we was out there, and one night, I think maybe it was, like, at the highlight, the Rangers won the championship. Madonna showed up at the proper. It was, like, so many things going on at once, and you're still strong. Now you're still kicking it, just like yesterday. So, those was just amazing things that just stick with you, And your journey is amazing, and gotta, salute you and give you your props for all the things you do.
Thank you. And I'm gonna be real honest with you. I've gotten better. Okay. This has made me better, more aware, because I think prior to, you see people with a disability, and maybe it's awkward. You don't know what to say. You kind of look at them, maybe smile, maybe half smile, or they look, uptight. You don't know.
Right.
I can talk to anybody now. I don't care what your circumstances, what your situation is, and I can walk up and I automatically get into where I'm like, okay, come on, let me help you. If someone's blocking somebody in a chair, in a scooter, and they want to be a part of a picture, I'm like, excuse me, if you're able-bodied, can you move over here? Yes. I automatically speak up for them because, like, I don't know, people just don't think. I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah. So, Clee, what you got? Anything you like to share? It's just
No, not really. I just appreciate y'all just for this allowing me to bring Lisa down here so that she could speak about her life. This is her life. This is real. I support her 100%. I support her foundation. I've been to many things that she done when she was nonstop entertainment with the comedy and stuff like that. So we've been friends for years. Correct. And when I heard about this, and she actually, I had did a play at my church. She had promoted. She had did a play, written a play, and so we had a church, and she came and did the play. Right. And that's when I really got a real look at Lisa and what she's struggling with right there. Right. And so I've been in her corner ever since. And we just spiritually connected and just like brothers and sisters. So when she told me about the sneaker ball, I was like, okay, let me reach out to some friends and stuff like that, and just push the word, because it's about helping a foundation, not helping a party, helping a foundation that's out there helping others.
Mhm.
And so I reached out to Dave, and Dave says, listen, bring her to the show. I was like, yo, no problem. Let me call her. Boom. And we're here right there. But this is a short story. In my committee, Cambria Heights Reunion Committee, we do the Cambria Heights Reunion. We're doing that for 13 years, right? I have a girl that sits on my committee. She has multiple sclerosis. She was in our house, and I was talking to her in our house, alone, worried about her problem and her issues and stuff like that, right? And we was talking on the phone about something else, and she started telling me this, and I just started tearing up like that. But I said, hold on a second. Let me call Lisa. So Lisa didn't pick up the first time because she was at work. But then when I text Lisa what was going on, she called me instantly. And then I put her on the phone with the girl for the three-way. And I think they must have talked for over an hour. And I'm listening to the conversation, and it was so beautiful because they connected. She told her, listen, we're here for you. This and that. And I was like, yo, this is just so beautiful, because this is what people do. People help people. And when you have the right time to connect people to get the help, because when she told me she's in our house, stranded sometimes in the dark, lonely and things like that, and you sit on the committee with me, but you're not really sharing it. But at this time, you call me about something else, but God said, no, this is what you need to talk about right there. And so we made the connection, and they made a friendship, and I hope that friendship is going well, and that she's getting the help that she needs through Lisa and her foundation. But like I said, this foundation is strong, and we need to support.
Yes.
We need to support it, even if we just can't come out to the event itself. I put a link inside the Facebook chat because you're live, right? And you could just go and you could just support the cause.
Got you. Well, that's amazing. I will be there with my sneakers, my pastel color sneakers. I believe I should win an award for them, but I probably won't. But I will definitely be there. All right. And I mean, it's just amazing, and we appreciate y'all. And it's about bringing awareness. I know we're all sports show. We got a lot of topics we need to get off the top of our heads and off our chest, but this is something heavy that
speaking of that, can I just ask Lisa a question? Okay, what are the signs that people should first look for so that they might go and get checked and see if they have MS? Is there like a specific symptom or their symptoms? How does that work?
So this is the thing, again, and I said earlier, you have to be in tune with your body. So when I was 2 years after I had my son at 31. So I was 33. I remember being in church, and I'm sitting there, and I felt like some achiness in my thighs. And I was like, but I kind of dismissed it, whatever. And then I remember walking periodically and feeling like I was going like this. And so I was like, okay, what's happening? My balance seemed a little off.
Right.
And then I noticed that I had a little bit of slurred speech.
Okay.
So I was like, no one else noticed it, but I noticed this. I went to the doctor. So, but even before going to the doctor, I'm looking. Seeing some of the symptoms of MS. What are these symptoms? And I said to my doctor, do you think it's MS? He said, well, do you have it now? I said, no. He said, well, you're fine. He dismissed it, so I dismissed it. And I'm going to tell you, never, ever, 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 ever do that, because had he pushed and really did his due diligence based on what I said and what I felt and what I was going through,
right,
we would have found this out, and I probably wouldn't have got to a point where I'm walking with a kid, where I would have had surgery and all of that.
So surgery helps?
No, I was misdiagnosed. So the surgery that I got I should not have gotten.
Right. It was unnecessary.
Mm-hmm. So
wow.
in understanding your body, you may notice something is off, because this went on for 8 years. And I remember one winter going, something's wrong. I've never been diagnosed with anything. And I was like, God, am I dying? Because, we've all heard of people suddenly dying and finding out something. I'm like, am I dying? And I started really looking, and at this time I was working at a college, and I went through seeing all these doctors. I got a file this thick. I had to get a spinal tap. It's like, we got to do it. I was like, oh, can you please, not my back, because I had screws and rods. But I did that, and that showed that I had something 8 bands, which indicated MS. And so, just if you feel something is off internally,
Right.
the Holy Spirit will tell you that something is not right, and He will give you the direction that you need. Don't be in a rush to do something. Follow, get the opinion, the second opinion, third opinion, whatever it is. I had a second opinion already scheduled, but never had a chance to get it. Ended up in the hospital. So just be patient with yourself. If you feel that something is wrong, don't let nobody tell you that you're crazy. Find out.
Right.
And then make some changes anyway. Naturally make some changes. Try to do some supplements, some healthy supplements or whatever. Get some counseling if you have to. Do all of the things so you can be well and you can make the best decisions and speak to somebody that I really didn't have anybody. I'm single, so I really didn't have anybody to push back and kind of flesh this thing out.
Right.
And I was raising my son at the time, so it's important we need each other, y'all. I'm just saying that.
Yes.
People need people, so it's okay. And I know sometimes we don't want people in our business, but if we don't share, what doesn't work for me may work for you. What works for you may not work for me, or vice versa. But share the information, because it could be useful
Right.
to help somebody.
Absolutely.
So just pay attention to your body.
Okay.
All right. So that's Angel Hearts. Now,
Angels
again,
Hearts for Hope.
Angels Hearts for Hope. That's great. And we will definitely be there Saturday. Show some love to your organization and fighting your efforts and everything. And I'm glad that we was able to have you here.
Thank you.
Right.
Appreciate
So
it.
anybody else have any other questions in closing? Are we keeping y'all for the whole 2 hours? He said no. Any other podcast information, website information, anything you want to,
Yes.
any other up and coming events you have?
So I am an engineer at York College, and I have a show with comedian Kenny Williams, called Laugh Therapy. And we will be starting, we were doing Tuesdays, but we're starting on Wednesdays. We're changing the day, same time, 2 p.m. on Wednesdays from 2 to 3 p.m. every Wednesday with Kenny Williams. Shout out to Kenny Williams, my comedy comrade. So yeah, and we speak about a lot of different things. So you guys have to come on to the show too, so we can have a conversation about what you're doing.
All right.
Because again, it's about sharing information with people, and yes.
And we'd love to reciprocate that and show up. Just give us a date, check my calendar.
Well,
Serve.
you let me know whatever Wednesday you're available, and we'll lock it in.
No doubt.
And please visit angelsheartsforhope.org. You can donate there, or you can Zelle me, angelsheartms@gmail. You can donate. It's gonna go. It doesn't go to me, Lisa Ray, personally. I work, so I'm just letting you know. Doesn't go to me. It's not a get rich quick. No, it's none of that. This is helping the community, and anybody that knows me would tell you. So please, and go to Angel Ray on Facebook, or Angels Hearts for Hope on Facebook and Instagram, or the real_Lisa Ray on Instagram.
All right. Let me shout out a couple of people that say, hey, Lisa, Frederick Towles, Eric Wilcox, Kimmy D's
Hey.
watching. All right. So,
That's my accountant. That's my childhood friend.
all right. All right. All right. So, all right. So, we appreciate y'all for coming.
Yeah, definitely.
All right.
Thank you for the
That's Anthony
information.
Green that just entered the building here with y'all.
Yeah, that's good.
All right. All right. So we appreciate y'all so much.
Hey everyone.
Thank you. Thank you. All right. So, so while we at it, again, our phone lines open up at 5:00. If anybody interested in attending the sneaker ball on Saturday, It's at Rochdale. So the show starts at the function starts at 6 p.m. and whatnot. It's $100 donation for tickets. It's a dinner, music. Come out, have fun from 6 to 11. Wear your best sneakers. Show up or blow up. All right. Absolutely. Hosted by Dr. Bob Lee. All right. So I want to thank them, Serge. I want you to start it off. Shout out to the Mets that made the playoffs. I want Serge to take it from there.
Yeah, thanks a lot, Dave. Anyway, so like Dave said, the other team from Queens made the playoffs today. So that means both Major League Baseball teams are going to be in the playoffs this year. I guess we're going to just start it off like we normally do and just ask everybody how their weekend was.
All right.
So, Greg, how was your weekend?
It was good. It was my niece's birthday on Thursday. Shout out to Shauna Logan.
Hey, Shauna.
We went out on Saturday for her birthday, so it was cool. And Sunday, I was just home relaxing, watching football and basketball.
All right.
You know, it's a beautiful thing when you retire and I can finally watch sports without having an issue, you know.
All right. Oh, okay. Serge, how was your weekend?
It was good. I mean, as far as life is concerned, as far as sports is concerned, it's probably one of the worst ones in a long time, but that's just how it is when you're a Jet fan. So you gotta live with it.
I think we had a long weekend. Actually, want to shout out Ant Green in the building. All right.
Sorry, I had to take emergency phone.
All right, not a problem. I think our weekend started Thursday when Matt came to town and we held him down, and then we went to Dave and Buster's and the Giants took an L. That was a horrible game, Dallas, and I mean, not so horrible for you, Greg.
It wasn't horrible for me.
Horrible as far as it wasn't really no offense, and they really, they still looking like they need to gel, so it's still taking time. So, I mean, from that light, a W is a W, which is good for your team.
Yes.
But as far as them being explosive and being sharp, it necessarily wasn't that. But, nobody really looks at that when you come out with the W. So, and then I think our weekend was just long because I think it started Tuesday because me and Serge went to the Yankee game on Tuesday, and they didn't get it right to Thursday. And then Friday, and then Saturday, and then yesterday, I went to the Jets game, which was horrible. Shout out, Coach Kirk was there, and a couple other people was there. I rocked out like 20 some odd tickets, and it was just, just horrible. And then, football was just long and mundane after your team lose. When your team lose, watching the games just aren't the same. Anybody?
True statement.
Very much so.
But especially when you're sitting in the rain doing it.
Oh my goodness!
You know what? You guys, I gotta tell you one thing. You guys is the greatest. Just to see you guys up here every Monday and to see y'all support this young lady that's going through the MS and want to give the word out to all listeners, even the sports listeners, need to be understandable on what Lisa was saying.
Much appreciated.
Yeah. But now the sports weekend was pretty good. As hung out with Super Dave, Serge, brother here, G. It was great, man. And then, it was a doubleheader for me and Matt. Matt was in town. Big shout out to Matthew Brace.
Shout out to Matt.
Hope he calls in because, we was at most of you transit workers that are listening every end of the month on Thursdays, the last of the month, Seafood City Island. They celebrate. They come out and enjoy each other. Then we went and watched the game. It didn't matter to me if the Giants or Dallas. I was going to get sweet victory cheese in either one of them.
Right. True.
Oh my!
And I want to give a shout out to the Mets. Wow, Y'all
They-
made it.
And then they put it in reverse and they made it.
and they came from behind to get that win. That wasn't an easy win for them. So hopefully they didn't spend all 8 home runs on that game, because it's going to be a long haul in the playoff now.
So is the Braves out or
Well, the Braves got to play to
They
win.
got to play again.
Right.
If they win, they in. If they lose, then
Arizona's
out.
in.
right. So they still have to play the second game.
are they still playing this? When the second game come on tonight?
It's on already.
Oh, it's on
So-
already. Oh,
So
okay.
what happens though? Usually, now the pressure's off the Mets, so they could relax.
Right.
But if they go out and beat them, so be it. You know.
So if they beat the Braves are out.
Right.
Okay, copy that.
Diamondbacks will be in if they lose.
Right. And who's going to be the Nets' first opponent? Who's going to be the Nets' first opponent?
The Mets
Mhm.
is based on what the outcome of that game is, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, I think it has to do with that because if they tied, I think Atlanta has the
Tiebreaker.
tiebreaker, and they would go to Milwaukee, and the Mets would go to San Diego, and that would be tomorrow.
And think about it.
Wait
Also,
a minute. The Mets is playing tomorrow in either
Scenario.
Wild card,
scenario.
yes.
Either scenario.
Right.
Really?
The wild
Yeah.
card
But
game
they're going
start
on,
tomorrow.
and they going on, and they got to go on the road to do it.
Right.
Correct.
They got to
So they got to wrap this.
Diego.
They got to wrap this game up and then get it straight on the plane and fly right on over there.
Right.
and that's why you probably wouldn't play your stars in the second game. You want to lighten up on that because you got to get ready for the next game.
But I'm not understanding. You gonna fly them across town after playing 2 games
Yep.
back to back,
They
and
have
then you
to.
got to play a third one within a 9-hour span.
Well, mind you, this is something that was important. The end of the season was yesterday, but due to the fact that they had storms and whatnot, and those games were postponed, they had to finish a doubleheader today.
Right.
So this season was extended.
Atlanta didn't want to play in a neutral site. They wanted to play at home.
Right, but what I'm not
But they jumped
understanding
the gun,
is
too,
that how
'cause they
does the
could've
major
played-
league still allow?
But I
That's-
asked the
we-
same question.
We're talking 18 innings of baseball.
Wait,
Possible
I-
if it doesn't go into extra innings on the second game,
but
and then you're going to put them on a plane, and then you want them the next day over, and even if they, because you know when you go to San Diego, that's
the
a time change.
dish, yes.
Right.
That's a time diff. So you even like, yo, you guys are gonna have to suit up for this too.
Right. But someone told me it's the TV deals and stuff they have. All that stuff is in place. So
That's correct.
they're not gonna postpone how it's done because everything is already set in stone. You know, like if Atlanta would have said, all right, we go play somewhere else, these games would have happened last week and it would have been,
Yeah, the season
would have been over.
you would have had a
yesterday.
day's rest.
Right.
And you know how it is with sports, man. You know, you young, you vibrant, you out there, you play today.
And Atlanta is trying to get into the playoffs, so
No, right. Maybe they would have did that. It might have been something different.
If they'd have just won the games that they lost this weekend, it wouldn't have mattered. They wouldn't have to play.
And shout out
But they
to
didn't win. This is why they put themselves in a situation that they
Right.
got themselves in. They could have took care of business way before, but they didn't.
shout out
So
to
now
John Green. Also, he's saying in the second game, Chris Sales was supposed to pitch, and now he's not pitching. But they sort of might have shortchanged themselves by not going to that neutral site. But when you think about it, now they definitely have to win in order to extend their season. If that makes sense to anybody, that so let me pose that to everybody here. So if you're the home team and you have inclement weather conditions and you have the option of going to a neutral site, or you could wait it out and play at home, what would you do?
I think most teams would have did the same thing Atlanta did, just wait it out. I don't think most teams are going to jump on that, and especially like I said, seeing as you had 3 other games that if you took care of your business, you wouldn't
Ahead of
even have
time.
to have the problem of playing the doubleheader. But because neither one of them did, now they in this situation. It's not the first time that 2 teams are tied for a last spot, and you got to play a game right before the playoffs start just to get in. So, yeah, it's a doubleheader. I mean, it's just a draw. That's the only thing. It's a doubleheader. But that's just fate, unfortunately for them. Like I said, had the Mets won 2 out of 3 and Milwaukee still losing 2 out of 3, they wouldn't even have to be worried about this. I don't know if they still would have had to play because of Atlanta. That might have been a situation, but either way, they both didn't do what they had to do, and they wouldn't have had to even been in this situation. They could have had that day off, they did rest. But that's sports. So now they grinding now.
So is it advantage San Diego? Is it advantage Milwaukee?
Of course, they home. They got the day off. They don't have to travel. You got your lineup set up, your pitching set up because you know exactly what it is. They didn't probably play a bunch of guys that they would have played because they was already clinched. So it's almost like they got 3 or 4 days off. They really didn't have to go as hard as the Mets and the Braves had to go just to get in because they was already in. So they didn't have to worry about that.
That's
So it is what it is. That's the situation. And it's unfortunate that these two teams, both of them, and even the Diamondbacks, they didn't play, but they waiting. They don't know where they're going. It depends on
on
what
the outcome
happens today, tonight with this game. They might be going to San Diego, Milwaukee, or wherever it is that they're going, or they might not be going nowhere. They might be packing their bags.
For sure. Oh, damn.
Can't get it?
I'm going to get it. Give me a second, caller. Call back, caller. Call back.
They don't have a phone thing?
No, they have it. I didn't bring it up.
Anyway, call back, caller. We having just a little bit of difficulty.
No, we
getting
got
it.
all right. Call
Okay.
back now. Here we go.
So I have a
Sorry.
question, sir. So
Go
you saying that you would
I'm
rather
sorry, this is
just
good
wait
habit.
and have the home field advantage instead of just going to a neutral park and playing?
Yeah, I would.
Hmm.
I'm sure most teams would. I mean, I don't know
But
how
as a player, would you do it?
I'd want to play in front of my fans.
Right.
They
What
give
about
you.
All right, that's
Do
Matt.
it.
I'm sorry.
Would you do it, Black?
No, I would wait. I'd rather play in front of my fans
All right, go ahead, Matt. Sorry for the
because
delay.
they still hold on, Matt. They
Uh-oh.
still
Hold that
have
thought.
they still had games to play. So, but prior, if the season wasn't over to Sunday, they want to play in front of their home crowd.
Right.
That's their advantage.
I would probably.
How many players on the baseball team?
26, 28.
28. So the 29th man plays a factor. You know what I'm saying?
That's true.
So,
But
yeah.
me, I would probably talk to the team and it's like, yo, what's best for us as a team? I get the fans got us to where we at. Maybe we'd have a fan day for them, but
No,
yeah,
no,
yeah, but
no.
I'm down
sorry.
with I'm down with this. I'm down with the sleep and the rest
I'm
process.
sorry. So again,
I would
so
bow out.
you there for your fans. So say you went out in a neutral site and then you didn't bring it home. Then you got the fans mad at you and whatnot. I mean, come on.
They're gonna be mad at me regardless. They're
Not
gonna be
only that,
mad at
you
me
got
getting
a
beat
lot
up
of-
in my hometown anyway.
You got a lot of Met fans who probably had tickets for this last series with them,
Which
and
will
they
be
wanted
refunded.
to be there. Now you switch up and you go to Milwaukee or something because you afraid of the rain. Now all these fans who had to travel from New York to Atlanta have to find a way to travel to Milwaukee, find a way to try to get a hotel room, try to find a way to get whatever it is
Yeah.
they got to get together. That's a lot of.
Yeah,
It's
all
just not the
fairness, right.
teams.
It's not fair.
It's a lot of
right.
people involved in this.
Yeah, you can't
That's
do
true.
that. Yeah, so I think I'm rolling with the king. So Matt, I'm sorry for the delay, my brother. Speak to us. Peace and blessings.
What's going on, my
What's
family
up?
up
What up,
there?
man?
What
What's
up?
going on, man?
What
What's
up?
good?
What up? What's going on,
Yeah,
Daddy
yeah.
boy? What's going on, big bro?
Yeah, listen, man. Well, first of all, special shout out to Lisa. We heard you loud and clear here in Georgia. You keep rising up, young lady. All right, you keep inspiring people with your knowledge and your awareness. All right, just want to say that angel for heart and for hope. I believe that's
Yes.
what I heard, right? Okay, we heard you down here in other places of You keep doing your thing, Lisa. All right. What else? I had a great 5 days, and the first was getting that award and everything, and seeing everybody in transit I haven't seen in a long time. Also did the reunion, like Ant Green that's on your panel there, led by him, held down by him, got there, held me down, took care of me, didn't need a car and the whole 9 yards. So my brother, it's always expected when he rises up like that for me. So that's appreciated. So the Seafood City thing, that was great. But there's nothing better than coming together, Ant Green, Dave the Superstar, K, and not necessarily in New York, K, Kurt, Coach Kurt, Todd, Serge, Mongo, Greg G. It was a great to see you. Brother Mel, thank you for that wonderful celebration and gathering at Dave and Buster's there, man. You guys were the highlight of my trip, and I appreciate y'all.
Thank you.
Oh,
Thank you.
appreciate you.
Always,
We
brother.
appreciate you.
Always.
Yeah, love is love. I think the highlight of that evening was watching Ant hold that cup.
You know what? I'll tell you something.
Yeah, that was fun, man. That was so much
I
fun,
loved
man.
it because he showed he got heart regardless of anything else.
Yeah,
He tried to
man.
get
That
a
was
second
cool. That
chance.
was really good.
Yeah.
That's what I like.
Guys,
He picked
guys.
it back up. He said, "Yeah, I got it. I got it."
Guys cheated, man, because they was spilling water, but the moment I spilled water, they was like, "Nah, you out." I was like, "Wow."
That was cool. I mean,
Yeah.
it was all in fun, not nothing else. It was all
Yeah,
in fun.
yeah. So let me get a couple of things off my chest. Well, first of all, congratulations to the Mets making the playoff. And I know Coach Kirk was worried and whatnot, man, but they finally in, and that's a good thing.
Yeah, that's why he's
I'm
not
gonna-
here. He was sick.
Yeah. Okay.
He was
My
sick
brother
when they
Coach
lost
Kirk,
that
man.
lead.
I know you're a happy man now. Winning will make you always feel good. It's a good elixir.
No
That's for
doubt.
sure.
But I'm gonna fall back on my Knicks right now, and I'm gonna let time dictate. I'm not gonna, if the jury is still out, whether it's a bad trade or not. I'm gonna just fall back. We had a big discussion on it the other day. I'm gonna just fall back on my Knicks trade right now. But heartfelt condolences to the Mutombo family, man. It's heard he passed away today.
Yes.
McKinley Mutombo. Yeah, that was hard to hear. And I remember him from, I think Denver beat the number 1 seed one year. I remember him.
They beat
And that
Seattle
Philly team,
Supersonics, right?
Yes.
They beat Denver, right? They were the AC going in. They were underdogs, and
He
they
was
beat. I
on
forgot who it
Denver.
was.
They beat Seattle,
He was on Denver, and they beat Seattle in the
Right.
in the series.
and he fell
Right.
to the floor in
Fell to the floor.
jubilation. Right. That was it.
Right, and then the other time I remember him when I think it was the 2000 Philly 76ers. He was on that team, and they overachieved that year with, and they went to the finals. I think him and Allen Iverson.
Yes.
All right, yeah. So and that commercial, I love that commercial. We wave with a finger.
Right.
Yeah, man, he's just gonna be sorely missed. I think he was the ambassador that connected the United States and Africa, and you see them rising up and doing their thing.
Yes,
So,
he was. Yeah.
Yeah, man. So that's all I wanted to say, man. I didn't want to take up all the time. I appreciate you guys. I love you guys. I can't wait the next time I get up there and we're hearing y'all. Shout out to my man in Pennsylvania, Maxwell. You on? This podcast is real. These brothers are knowledgeable. And everybody else out there, man. Y'all keep rising up, do your thing out there. I'm going to see y'all soon, all right?
All right, be
peace.
safe.
All right, brother.
Love you guys. All right,
right.
copy that.
Love you
Have a
too.
good
All
one.
right.
Talk to you soon, Matt.
All right, caller. Who we have on the line?
This 1-800 Party Jams.
No, that was 1-800. It was 800-540 jams, and that was Cleo Smalls. Did he pass the information on to you?
Oh yeah, I was looking for Cleo Small.
Yeah, Cleo was here, and this is first stop to the next stop. Cleo was here with the lovely Lisa Ray, and they was talking about her Hearts for Hope Foundation, MS,
Right.
and the function is Saturday at Rochdale in the ballroom, and it starts at 6:00. But we're here every Monday, 4:30 to 6:30. And we're talking about sports. So now that we got you on the line, it's Super Dave. Who are you?
Willie Johnson.
Oh, what up, Wood?
All right.
What's going on, Woody?
Everything is good.
So Woody,
So I call back next week for them. I'll call Cleo next week.
They ain't coming next week. Woody, show up to the party Saturday, and I'll see you there.
I'll beat it with pink on.
No doubt.
My man.
Peace, Wood. Good talking to you, bro. Anyway, back to the sports. All right, so Woody's a promoter. So
okay.
and Woody does his thing, so he'll probably show up. And
I got a
he'll
question.
be like, Dave, that was you? I'm like, yeah, Woody, that was me. Okay.
So on this rest that the Mets are not going to be able to have, and they're going to be playing tomorrow.
And Atlanta. Both
And Atlanta. Well, I'm more concerned about the Mets. Atlanta.
1-0.
Right. I'm more concerned about the Mets and their traveling abilities to go to the next game tomorrow, starting tomorrow. Is that going to be a 7-game series for them too?
3 out of 5.
3 out of 5? Okay.
That's a short one. The first.
So you gotta
Wild
show
card
your
series.
resilience.
Well,
They play 162 games. So you're gonna put all your marbles on because they short rested like the ace that they got going, because whoever the ace is gonna be ready. So they prepared. They gotta
Well,
prepare for
Dave, I
what's
look at
going
it
down.
like, I get what you're saying, but I'm like saying, like, yo, you about to play. If there's no overtime in the innings,
18 in.
you're gonna play over 18 innings, get on a flight and get back over there to start up another game. And Serge just said you're only gonna play 3 out of 5. That first game to the other team might just be a gimme because they well rested and they're gonna be able to hype and play.
Or maybe not. Maybe the adrenaline is pumping because we won and got in, and we went there and we upset
Well, you know what?
your whole card.
Maybe I'm thinking like now.
Be positive if that's your team. I
It's not
like
my squad.
my team. We got to rest and whatnot, and I'm still hoping that they could come and do what they do.
It's not my squad. I'm a Yankee fan, but
Alright.
I'm probably looking at it like I'm 57. I'm not doing that tomorrow.
You know what?
I
You're
will.
gonna have to
You
warm
could
me
call
up.
in. You can call in, but you can't mail it in. It's about what's on the line.
More power
Alright.
to that young team over there that can get up and do that, because
Well,
I'm not doing
they're
that.
not the only ones. Like he said, Atlanta got to do it too. If Atlanta wins and whatnot, they got to go and do what they got to hit the road too and go play. They're not hosting, so they got to hit the road and they have to go play.
Oh man, my bad. It's 2 out of 3.
Oh,
2 out of 3.
Yeah.
oh wow.
That's
Not
even
3 out of
worse.
5.
No, it's 2 out of 3.
That's even worse.
I just had to double check because I said something ain't right here, because I know the championship not the semifinals where the Yankees are going to be playing starts Saturday. So that means that this series
Gotta
has
be
to be
shorter.
over
Right.
by Friday.
Right.
So they're going to have like three games in a
Wow.
row. So whoever go to San Diego, they're going to play 2 games in San Diego. And if they're lucky enough to win one in San Diego, they got to travel all the way. Or is it all 3 at the
I
home
think all
team?
3 is at San Diego.
Yeah, they might
because
be all 3 in San
Now,
Diego,
let
so
me-
you don't
let
even
me-
get that
let
advantage.
me
You got to be
stop
on the
you.
road for
Oh, they
3
don't even get to
games.
play one at home
Well,
either.
well,
You
check
lose
this
all-
out.
I guess.
If y'all recall, when San Diego did it and they came
Yeah,
into
they came
New York,
to New York and
and
took
they
it.
beat the
Right.
Mets.
Right.
They beat them
That's right.
and they took it.
That's
it was
right.
no travel, right? You
Right. There's
come
no
to that
travel,
team place.
and you
and
play
you
a 3-game
slug it out.
series there. Okay.
That's right.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, because it's Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, and then they got one day off, and they start Saturday. That's a disadvantage. That's why you got to try to win your division, because at least with the first 2 division winners, the top 2 records get a bye,
Right, correct.
and then the third one they end up with the home field advantage against wild card. But still, you playing an extra series that you don't want to play if you don't have to.
That's correct.
It's like being in the playing series in the NBA where 7, 8, 9, and 10 have to play just to get the 7 and 8 seed. So you're playing 2 or 3 extra games just to try to get yourself into a situation where you in the actual playoffs. So it's kind of like what it is. I mean, it's the actual playoffs for the wild card, but it's like you earning your way into you got to earn your way into the next round. You don't automatically
I
get
think
that.
the team that did that in the play-in and in the NBA, they went far.
Miami
Was Miami Heat when
Miami
they
did
went
it.
in there and they went up against Boston and all
made a
of
whole
them.
bunch of noise.
Made a whole bunch of noise. They was beating up people and taking numbers.
Yeah.
All right. So let's just say this. The phone lines is open. We in the first 45, 50 minutes. First stop to the next stop. Super Dave along with Surge, the sports star, G Money, and Ant Green in the building. Shout out to Coach Kurt, who's on the men. And
Yeah, feel better, Coach.
and shout out
Get
to
well
the Relic,
soon, Coach Kurt.
who's watching, Slick the Relic, the Living Fossil, and Todd, who's away on assignment. Maybe trying to
Yeah, Mungo. Hope all is going well with your dad.
go down there and help. Maybe Todd is down there trying to help the Mets win, get out of San Diego. So anyway, moving forward, let's talk about some football. Or should we? Let's mix it up for a second. Let's talk about the trade that Matt touched on. And again, our condolences to the Kimbe Mutombo and his family. Let's talk about the trade that happened and whatnot.
It's not even official yet.
Yeah, okay. Well, let's talk about the trade. So
What's holding it up?
Probably physicals.
I think it was money too, 'cause they said a third team was involved or
Correct.
something.
Charlotte Hornets.
Yeah. So
so
something to do with money.
right. So the part that I
hope
think
it
I was a little
collapses.
conflicted about was just like, I don't necessarily dislike Karl Anthony Towns, but I think he's a talent. He's a great talent. But, I think there's some deficiencies that I might see in his game. So when the trade happened, the first thing that came to my mind was when the Knicks played them on New Year's Day. I'm at the game, and Julius Randle outplayed them, but they was battling. So, but the Knicks won that game, and Minnesota was a top seed at the time. It was the number one team, and it was New Year's Day, and Karl Anthony Towns played good. He had 29 points, but Julius Randle had 39 points, and the Knicks did their thing, and it was all about Randle that day. So it was more like he was taking it to him. Right. So that when the trade happened, that's what came to my mind. And the second thing came to my mind was that they played Denver good, and they sent Denver packing. They were battling back and forth, and they went into Denver and won that game 7. So now I don't know if he was depleted or whatever, but now Derek Lively is guarding this dude. And I see Derek Lively catch him, caught him, give me that. Then next thing I know, I see Derek Lively give him a facial, to the rim. And I'm like, what's up? And he seemed like he wasn't 100% in. So those were, even though they battled, but I think they were sort of maybe tired from battling Denver. And Dallas had their number. What's your take?
Well, I think he's
Soft.
He's on a soft side, yes, but he's an upgrade from the center that they have, right? He can shoot better, right? Way better. And he likes to shoot threes. So that means he leaves the space open in the paint for people to go to the basket. If you get help, you kick it out. Someone told me, I didn't look it up myself, that him and Adizo Tinjo had the same percentage from 3-pointers, around the same. So they're not losing nothing there. So I would have rather seen them with Randle to see how they would play, because Randle was tough and they played tough-minded basketball like the old days in the 90s. But I don't know. Or time will tell. And it takes time to gel. How long is training camp? 3 weeks, a month, maybe? Right? So now you got to fit him in. I don't know. It's the wait and see game.
Yeah, it's 3 weeks because I think they started today. Actually.
Right. Yeah, today was
and
the first
the
day.
season is a 20-something. It's
right.
not,
So it's 3 weeks. Okay.
Right. So it was a lot of things that came out, like reports that the Knicks were trying to work a deal with Randle. They couldn't work a deal. And Randle's not the greatest defender neither, but I know he brings a certain type of toughness to the team that maybe we don't see Karl Anthony Towns bring.
Randle, to me, Very shocked that the Knicks pulled the trigger. I understood that they wanted a center. So they basically looked at what they had with Robinson and the other young kid, Sims, that they was working on during the summertime. They basically kind of abandoned that scheme of having those two in there and having a better power forward. My thing is this. Towns is not always in shape. Randall is always in shape. Randall has always gotten better since he was a Knick. I would have loved to see, like what G said, I would have loved to see what they had on the floor first before I pulled the trigger. I'm in total disagreement of giving away that draft pick from Detroit. Even though it was a protective draft pick. Let's just say Detroit draws 7 because it was protected 1 through 13. So Detroit draws 7. They get to keep their pick. But the next year, that team probability of being trash again is very high. So it's not protected. So you got a chance on getting a lottery ball with a playoff bound team to get somebody else that can come in there. Never know. We haven't had a first round draft pick since Patrick Ewing, right?
Correct.
So why give up a draft pick in the mix? What was that? The draft pick is no money. That's just a sweet deal for you. Bring on Anthony and his salary. I'm not there with that.
Yeah, it don't match up. I get what you're saying. Shout out to Mike Pender, Eric Wilcox, and Cecil Postel checking in, the bearded one, and he's in total agreement with what you're saying. But like, see what you got before you make the trade.
Exactly.
I got it.
And I want to see what else can come available. It's always something is going. And I want to know, why did Minnesota give up on their boy?
Well, I think
centers are hard to come by.
Well, and then the money part, which got me going crazy, because you had to match salary. So that's why DiCincenzo got included in the deal. Randall don't make as much money. So, like, player for player, I think that they like the same.
They got this. They got a sweeter deal.
Serge, you itching to say something. What?
You got two good players over there, and they got them for. They got DiCincenzo at a bargain rate price, and they got Randall at a good rate price too. So it's like, I just don't see it, but it's gonna happen. This must be Eric King calling.
That's John Green.
Oh,
go ahead, John.
What's up, John?
Mr. Green.
Hey, how's everybody?
All right, John. How was your weekend?
Oh, pretty good.
Good.
But I'll say this about the Randall trade. Why trade now? It's a lot easier to incorporate him into the offense in training camp than during the season, because there's not a whole lot of practice time during the season anymore. So the thing is, and I know people will love to see what it would look like in January, where you had Brunson, OG, and Randall, and they I think they only lost 2 games that month. That would have been great, but the problem is you had Hartenstein and you don't have him anymore. And Achille, I don't think he would do well at the 5, really. It's just the thing where, and also as one of you said a few minutes ago, with Towns, it opens up the lane. So everybody, so you can have spot up shooters, you have pick and roll, and that's one of the advantages.
Okay, so I mean, to me, does he really like playing center? And I get it. He's gonna either be the power forward once they get a center, or figure out what Mitchell Robinson's doing. So, and I sort of want to blame Mitchell Robinson, but he got injured. So I'm ready to pack his bag to get him out of here. Right. That wasn't right. That really wasn't right. But hey.
And Robinson said it perfectly. He said, if I would have pulled that on Embiid, they would have suspended me.
That is true. I mean, so true. But again, so the Knicks hierarchy also thinking that if they keep Randall and have intentions of trading him, or if something goes wrong, then maybe nobody's gonna want his attitude. So they
and might have felt how much was he going to want to get paid?
Well,
when-
you already
when
giving
his
it to- you
extension
gonna
comes
give it
up.
to Town. He's gonna get the same as Town getting. Is that correct?
It's hard to say.
Oh, I
Town
don't know.
getting 50 million a year, so Randall will probably
Well,
go to 50
I think
million.
he's making 40 million. I know
Right.
last year, that
It's
contract
going to get up to like 62 or something
61
in a
How
couple
tall,
of
how
years.
tall is Randall?
of 6'8", 6'9", and they got Towns at 6'11" or 7 feet, give or take.
So you bought Townsend for you paid an extra 20 million a year for 3 more inches.
Correct.
Also, well, the thing is that also they also have different playing styles. So the thing is that it all depends on how you incorporate it. The thing is that if you can spot them up, you use pick and roll. See, but like the things with Hartenstein and Robinson, they were always in the lane. So the thing is, you were limited what you could do up close.
Well,
This
I have to
is
say
true.
something about Hartenstein. He had a great playoff season. I take nothing away from him. But if anybody actually watched those games, he was getting used down there.
Yes, he was.
He was.
I wouldn't
His
say he was getting.
defense.
I don't
His
think he was
defense
having
was
a great.
horrible
I don't think
because
he had a great playoff
Joel Embiid
season.
was just popping out on him, dropping threes on him all day.
Well, Joe, Embiid does that to everybody.
Yeah, he does. But during that crucial part of it, they make him look like it made him look like he wasn't even injured. He was giving him the
Well-
business down low and up top. Like I tell you to come out here and guard this 3-ball.
I'll say this.
But he's
The thing
great
is
energy.
that-
He was great energy to the team, no doubt. Very great energy to
Yeah.
the team.
Oh yeah, I mean they had the two best offensive rebounders in basketball when Robinson and Hartenstein were healthy.
Yeah. I gotta ask you-
like the thing.
I gotta ask you a question, John. Would
Yes,
you
yes, sir.
would you have made that trade for what the Knicks gave up for the 3 components they gave up for the
I'm
center,
not sure.
the
The thing is,
DiCincenzo,
if
a well-known great
if
shooter,
I-
and a draft pick?
If I knew what Leon Rose knows, and he knows a whole lot more than I do, the thing is, I would take. He may be looking at the financial considerations. Also, the thing is, he was looking at, well, we really can't compete with Boston with center by committee. So the thing is that let us try this. And plus the fact, the thing is, a lot of these people that he trades for, the thing is that he was their agent at one time or other.
Well, so I think it's certain people, and I think eventually either it's gonna work or it's not gonna work. So I don't know. According to some people, they think the Knicks got weaker, but now if you just
Well-
think about it, I mean, one player, and we lose 3 in the draft pick.
Well, here's the
So-
thing.
and
A lot of
that-
people,
and that's
a lot
matching
of people
salaries.
said that the Knicks overpaid for Jalen Brunson too.
They did. I think he got underpaid.
No,
Look at this.
almost every Knicks fan I know complained. Jalen Brunson, you gave him that much money. He's not that good. 2 years later,
Nah,
now
I don't.
Yeah, when he's right. When he first got there was a lot of Knicks fans
Right.
saying that he wasn't worth that money. They changed their mind now. Like John said, 2 years later, they know he's underpaid. But when they first
Yeah.
got him, they was complaining.
they
didn't
complained
think
to no end.
Yes, they did. No doubt.
Well,
They
let's hope.
complained to no end.
Let's hope that we have the same problem, and that Cat actually shows his dividends.
Let's see. All we can do is let it play out and see what happens.
Correct.
I mean, the thing is, and just hope for the best.
Well, I don't think the Knicks should be finished. They released Marcus Morris. They didn't keep him.
They're not gonna make too many more moves. They picked up Bridges and Towns.
Well,
It's 2 big moves you done made in the
so
offseason.
you gotta
You're
have
not
a
gonna
bench.
Yeah, but
And
you
They
open up
still
a
got a
slot.
bench.
Releasing
They
Morris.
still got
down,
Hard.
do.
slot
They
open.
still
No.
got McBride
Just a second. Hart is going to be in the starting lineup for the time being.
over
And-
Bridges.
Bridges is going to be in the backcourt. It's going to be Anunoby, Hart, and Towns. And in the backcourt is going to be Bridges and Brunson. So who you have coming off the bench? Landry Shamet, a guard.
Deuce McBride.
Grimes, the other young man that just
Grimes
got.
not
No,
there no more.
No,
Grimes is
Deuce.
gone. Grimes in Detroit.
Man, we gave him
What's
What's
the
the
away
Reggie
last
guy
Gallo.
name?
year.
I'm sorry, not
Gave him
Grimes.
away
Cameron
for
Payne.
peanuts last
McBride.
year.
Cameron Payne. I'm
McBride.
sorry, Cameron Payne.
Right.
Cameron Payne. I got it. Shout out Noah Frankel, Al Felder. I got it. John Janowitz. I got it. It's Cameron Payne. I meant no disrespect calling you Grimes, but so in case you're watching, but they still gone. So they need some type of big man. Of course, they got a Chua, but they need to build a bench, and they also got Sims, but they still need to build a bench. I think I don't know. The bench is
Well, with them getting
Well,
rid
the
of
thing-
Morris,
Well, you see, the
Doesn't
thing
help
is,
him
well, they cut more,
Shout
so
out to
they
Scott.
they
Scotty
try to
Scott.
sign him again for less. Because listen, he's 35 years old and he knows the deal. He's probably going to be there basically because they say he's a good person, a good veteran person in the locker room.
They cut him. They cut him loose.
Yeah.
They waived him.
Yeah, I know. But the thing is, but they can always resign him.
We will see. I doubt it. But and maybe I'm wrong. I would be wrong. About that.
Well, listen. The thing I'll say this: Leon Rose hasn't gotten too much flack for this because basically most of the moves that he's made has worked. So so the thing is, he's built up a little credit with Knicks fans. Now, if this doesn't work, then it's going to be a little
just a
make it a
second.
little
Let me
strange
help
with
me
Knicks
out.
fans.
So last season, the season that just passed, we had injuries upon injuries, and we was exited one game less than the year before. So now, if we don't progress, and progression is getting to the Eastern Conference Final, and then
This is
maybe
true.
next year championship, and then maybe the
Mhm.
following year winning the championship. It's 3 years in the making. Now, if we step backwards, should he be on the hot seat? It's a good question.
No, not
Okay.
really.
All right.
But you consider, look, brief history lesson. It took the Knicks 6 years to win the build that team that won their 2 championships.
Huh?
It took them 6 years.
Oh,
Because the thing is,
you
the
talk
fir-
about
the
you
first-
talk about
the
back in the
first- the first-
70s.
Yeah.
in the 70s, yeah, because
Oh.
Willis Reed was drafted in 64.
All right, it's a different game, sir.
Right.
Definitely.
Yeah, that's true. But it still took them 6 years from that move to win a title.
Yeah,
And because the thing is, if you notice, if you look at that roster, there's
didn't
only
have
three
free
key players on
agency
that
then?
roster that was acquired by a trade. Everybody else was drafted.
Yeah, just a second,
John,
sir. Yeah, hold on, John.
John,
Yeah.
you did not have free agency back then, so that
This is true. This is true.
that
Free
totally
agency
changes the timeline.
wasn't even thought of.
Right, that changes the whole timeline. You don't.
Oh yeah,
It don't
sure.
take 6 years anymore to build up a championship team because all you gotta do is sign 1 or 2 really good free agents to a team that's already good, and boom, in 2 years you're right there where you gotta be at. It's not
Yeah,
6 years
that,
anymore.
you're right. It is that's very true. I mean, but the thing is that the game has changed a lot. The business has changed a lot, and like the thing is, you can do things faster.
Definitely.
So right. So it's not gonna take 6 years. So
Yeah.
if I count off 3 years and the Towns will be at the end of his contract, and I don't think he'll get another contract like that. I think this is his big payday.
I don't know because he'll be on the downward side of his career by then.
Right.
So he's
sure.
not. So he's going. If he gets another contract after this one is up, it's going to be for a lot less.
Right. So
Because the thing is that big contracts given to players in their 30s tend to turn to bad deals towards the end.
all right. So Scott just added just maybe Randall's injury is a lot worse than fans know. I don't think that, but
don't make no excuses for that.
right,
trade.
we can't make no excuses, and it's so we saying it's not finalized, and I guess they got to pass physicals, and
Yeah.
I don't think, but that is worse than that because
Yeah.
usually they just you don't trade damaged goods, so.
Right?
Hopefully-
Because the thing is that's why the Golden State Warriors tried to deal with the Knicks back in the day. Because when they traded Michael Ray Richardson for Bernard King, the Warriors found out that Michael Ray had a drug problem, and the Knicks knew about it.
That wasn't an injury. That was just a problem. But
Yeah. but it's still damaged goods though.
Yeah. But okay, I get it. But you know, Michael Ray had to go, but you know, Michael Ray needed help. So I
Yeah,
mean, that didn't
absolutely.
help the team. And Bernard came home, so he had opportunity to play better because he was coming home. So I mean, it's a lot of intangibles.
That man was something else. When he played here in New York, he was amazing.
That's true. But I mean, shout out to Sharon Rainey watching. All right, and Ronald Wiggins. But now, with that being said, again, I was just saying, like, we got a good 2 to 3 year window tops of trying to get to the finals. So again, you really, because of the injuries this past season, you really didn't make no progression. So you made some moves, you made some changes, which should help the team if you're not finished making moves. So I also saw where they were talking about Trey Murphy. And you know, I don't want to just go to the rumor mill with it, that he plays with the Pelicans. Like, they might try to make a deal for him, which might help, you know, the second unit. So I mean, it's a lot of things. Go ahead.
With the Knicks having this window, right, and everything else right now, when the season started, Brunson with the broke hand, OG, are they going to be ready for the beginning of the season? Or are they going to come in mid-season?
The broken hand and the hamstring, I think they'll be ready. The thing is that now,
opener, you think they'll be ready?
Oh yeah. Well, listen. Let's put it this way: Brunson broke his hand in May. So the thing is, usually a broken hand takes like 6 to 8 weeks to heal. And so the thing is, he with physical therapy, he probably was back on the court playing in August, the latest.
Okay.
Hamstring. Doc, that right quick.
I'm sitting here biting my tongue this whole time,
sir.
waiting for the opportunity to get this off my chest.
Okay.
Knicks fans should not worry about who starts the season as much as they should worry about who ends the season, because it's always the end of the season injuries that hurt them. And who was the number one guy who kept getting hurt every season at the end of the year? And that was his excuse for his poor play in the playoffs, Julius Randle. That's one reason the Knicks probably said, you know what, that experiment is not going to work, because every time we need him, he gets hurt. He was hurt a few years in a row in the playoffs.
This is true.
Yeah.
Karl Anthony Towns at least proved he's durable enough to make it through the playoffs. You didn't get that from Julius Randle. And like I said, the Knicks, they have to worry about, is OG going to make it through the whole season? Because he hasn't made it through a whole season.
I'll double down on that.
Their main concern is not who, like I said, it's not who's playing at the beginning, it's who's playing at the end. Because for whatever reason, they get injury prone towards the end of the season. Is it because Thibodeau overplays his guys? I don't know. Is it just these guys, for some reason, are prone to get injured? Because I mean, OG is injured every year. I don't think he's played a full season in the 4 seasons he's been in the league.
And you see,
So
one other thing to
piggyback
on that, Serge. The thing is that a lot of people don't understand Tom Thibodeau teams. The thing is that the best time you can gauge a team that Tibbs coaches is the last 25 games. They're inconsistent, but if you look at his record, the last 25 games of the season, he's been in New York. That's probably the best part of the season. Wow. Even the year that they didn't make the playoffs. The thing is, because at the halfway point they were 21-20. For the next 20 games they went 3-17. But the last 21 games they went 13-8.
Right.
It's the last 25 games that's how you gauge a Tom Thibodeau coach team.
Okay. All right. So we need to wrap that up because we need to talk some football. But it's a wait and see game. And
absolutely.
And that's just
let's see how it plays out and just hope for the best. while you're doing the picks, I'll send in my picks also.
All right.
All right,
Appreciate
John.
that. Thank
Okay,
you,
listen,
John.
everybody have a good week. Keep doing what y'all doing.
All right, hold
Right
on.
on.
Before I let you go, how'd you think you did?
Yes, sir.
How'd you think you did?
Well, actually, for this week so far, I'm 7-7
Okay, yeah.
with two more games to go.
Okay.
Good night.
All right. Okay. So we'll get back to you.
Okay. Listen, guys. Have a good week. Okay.
All right,
All right,
John.
speak to you soon.
Thanks
Take
for
care now.
calling, brother.
All right, peace.
Go ahead.
Later.
All right. So, all right, again, whoop. Again, basketball is gonna be funny. And it starts again October 22nd. Season open October 22nd. They in training camp now. I guess in a week or so they'll start the preseason games.
Yeah.
They
I think so.
reduce in sports so many sports reduce the preseason games. So once the season starts, it's like extended preseason because
People still working. And
right,
getting-
trying to work out the kinks, things of that nature.
Yeah, basketball is different than football. I mean, for the most part, these guys stay in shape all year long now. It's not like it used to be back in the days where these guys had to get a second job in order to just make it for the next season. And so these guys are they got physical trainers that they hire. They got all these people that work with them the whole year. It's just a matter of gelling as far as getting to know the guys you play with. And with Bridges, it shouldn't be that hard because he already played with half the team from Villanova. So the thing is getting Towns acclimated. And I mean, like I said, these guys are already, for the most part, they stay in shape. They running, they doing their thing so the preseason for them is not as big a deal to me as it is for the football players. And even they don't treat it like a big deal anymore because they don't even play the starters for the most part. They might play 1 or 2 series in the third game, and the rest of the time they're not even playing. That's why football looks the way it does in the beginning because nobody's played. Basketball, these guys are going to be playing at least a half a game almost every game. It's not like they sit around and watch. You might sit out one preseason game, but you're not going to sit out all the preseason games.
Correct.
I mean, it's we'll see. I mean, like I said, they don't really need it. Just like to me, baseball, they don't need to be out there. If you just let these guys go ahead and do their thing, you don't need a month and a half of minor league preseason baseball. That's ridiculous.
Yeah, I just want to say, as I'm going over these picks, shout out to Mongo. I know he's had to deal with his dad, but looking at his picks from last week, I think he took off because he knew he didn't do good.
Because he knew Steelers.
Oh goodness!
All I could say about
His page,
Greg
his sheet is
Teams,
ugly. All right.
all I can say about the Pittsburgh
Shout
Steelers,
out
Greg,
to
if
the
you're
Relic.
listening, Mr. Relic, remember I told you your team was going to win about 6 to 7 games. Those first 3 games, actually, I thought the Chargers was going to beat you, but the other games you was supposed to win.
He's here to
You
torch
was supposed to win, but now you get into this part of the season where I counted those losses. This one here, you just lost, and I don't think you're going to beat Dallas next game neither. So that's next week. So look like your team is on its way on the downhill side. So sorry, but not sorry.
Yeah, so when you come in next week, be humble because you're 10-4 right now. All right, 10 L's and 4 wins.
Really?
Yes.
Wow.
It was ugly. I didn't mean to blow you up, man. Got mad love for you, man, but you wasn't picking like you was protecting something. You was making random picks.
Did you add in me and Todd's?
Yeah.
Me and Todd first week. Did you add us in yet?
I didn't get to that, man. I've been busy. I would do that. I want y'all to keep your numbers so y'all could add your own stuff in, but I got it. Anyway, let's talk about these games though. Let's talk about Thursday's game was the Cowboys and the Giants. Everybody took the Cowboys except for you and the Relic.
Who's you?
Yeah.
Oh,
I took the Cowboys.
No, you didn't.
Yes, I did. I would never bet the Giants.
Okay, that's why you got to keep the thing. All right. Anyway, so
Can we go back to the? Can we go back to next week's?
Yeah, we could do that, but
Take-
not now.
All right.
Anyway, the Falcons and the Saints. Everybody took the Falcons except for you and the Relic. You didn't do that neither, right?
I didn't take the who?
The Saints.
I thought I took the Saints.
you
But
did.
I did, right?
Yeah,
Okay.
they lost.
They lost. All right.
All right. The Bears and the Rams. Took the Rams too.
I took the Rams. Yes, I did. Because I ain't think
Okay,
the
now-
Bears was. I ain't
Now
think the
you're
Bears was-
owning it, all right. Green Bay and the Vikings. Took Green Bay. So did I.
What did I take? Green Bay.
Yeah.
Yeah, they lost too.
I had you down for the Steelers, but you changed to the Colts. Does that sound familiar?
Yes, because I like for the Colts to win that game because I'm not rolling with Mongo.
All right. So then the Jets. Everybody took the Jets and the L.
That was a shocker right there.
Everybody took the Eagles except for Todd and G Money. They took the Bucks. And did that sound correct?
No, that was correct.
All right, I'm good at what I'm doing. I don't even know how I got this good.
How did you
but
figure out that the Tampa Bay out of all teams was going to beat the Eagles? What
the
made
Eagles
you see
got
that?
deficiencies.
Because they were playing at Tampa Bay. So I figured if they were playing at the Eagles, I probably would have picked the Eagles.
Yeah,
but
but
they
The
I just-
Eagles look horrible.
they do, yeah. And
I'm thinking you be in warm weather, you be thriving, but
All right.
they look very horrible.
They didn't have
Let-
their wide receivers.
let's-
they-
Smith and Brown was both out.
they
let's-
missing them,
and they
but
just-
they
but
got
they
other
just-
issues.
They got issues.
Let's continue. Everybody took the Bengals except for who? The Relic. Come on, he's 10-4. 10 L's. What was he doing? All right, we're not gonna give him too much time here because he's not here. Ooh. So here's where it gets a little murky because Houston, everybody took Houston except for you. You remember that?
Mm-hmm.
You took the Jags. You got an L there. All right, so now I messed up. I took the Cardinals against Washington, but I didn't take them really. I just took them in. I don't know what I was on. So Todd took the Commanders and you took the Commanders. You made a comeback on that.
Yeah.
Everybody else took the Cardinals. The 49ers, here we go again. Everybody took the 49ers except for who?
The Relic.
There you go.
That's because he don't want Green's team to win.
Right.
It's not what he wants. It's what's gonna happen.
Yeah, especially against the Patriots. Come
Yeah.
on. If you lost that game, the season would have been over.
All right, so then the Raiders and the Browns. Me and Serge was the only ones that took the Browns, so we took an L.
I took the Raiders, right? Yeah.
Everybody else took them.
Yeah.
Mhm.
All right, now the Chiefs. Everybody took the
I took
Chiefs.
the Chiefs.
Everybody took the Chiefs. Now the Bills and the Ravens. There was a few Bill fans in there, so it was a split. Me and Serge took the Ravens. Mongo, of course, went against the grain.
So he ain't gonna go with the Ravens because they're in the division with the
Right.
Steelers.
Todd took the Ravens. And you took the Ravens. I took the Ravens, and you took the Ravens, Serge. G Money, you went with the Bills, right?
Yeah,
Okay.
and they got spanked.
Spanked.
All right. Now tonight's game is Miami and the Titans. Anybody want to change their bets
No,
as it stands right now?
What did I take?
You took
who did I
Miami.
take?
Yeah, I took Miami.
You took the Titans.
I took the Titans, right?
hmm
I'm
Okay.
gonna stay with Miami.
Yeah,
Sticking
I'm
with
stay
it?
with the Titans.
All right.
They got too much
And
time.
everybody got
Way too much.
They
everybody
ain't got a
took
quarterback.
Yeah, but I
everybody
still
took
think
Detroit
Warren and
except
him
for
gonna do
Coach Curdy took Seattle.
something. I'm not going with Johnny Wishbone. I'm gonna go with Seattle, Detroit tonight. Johnny Wishbone got some miracles in his pocket, but not
I
this
took
miracle.
Detroit too.
You took Detroit. You want to change that?
Jesus Christ.
go with your first bet, man.
Yeah, I'll
Go
just
with
stay with the
stay
Lions.
where
I
you
don't-
at.
I don't trust them either. 'Cause I don't
Everybody
know.
got
It's like everybody who you think is gonna win don't win.
Correct. So we just got some issues moving forward.
Surprisingly, I didn't. When I'm looking at some of those teams like this week, you know, New Orleans and Atlanta both playing great. It could have went either way with either one of them. They're both playing great football. They got some kind of continuity to the offense. Some reason over there in Minnesota, they got something happening over there. Minnesota definitely got something happening over there because they playing some lights out football over there. And I think I would probably say something is going on with the Eagles squad. I don't know if it's their defense is collapsing or the offense just ain't got that continuity going, even though they ain't have no receivers. But I'm looking at it like, yo, y'all could have put up a better fight than that. A little different for me, especially thinking that the Eagles was going to bounce back from last season.
Yeah, they look like the same Eagles from last year.
They look like I'm like saying, is it the quarterback?
It's something to do with the coach and him.
Right.
Yeah, because they asked him today. They asked him. I was watching. I don't know if it was either Get Up or First Take. Are they gonna have conversations? Because they're on a bye week, I think. Are they gonna have conversations, or do they have conversations? He says sometimes. Like, so they're not even like really talking and preparing. They had 9 days to prepare for that game, and they look terrible.
Yep, and they're on a bye next week.
Yeah,
That's
So,
horrible.
yeah.
Yeah, they do got a bye next week, but then when
Yeah.
they come back, they play the Browns. Well, at least Cleveland is coming to them, and then at week 7,
They got the Giants.
they got the
in
Giants.
Meadowlands.
Well, the Giants should be tailor-made for them because when you need a quick pick-me-up, you go play the New York Giants.
Right. Them or the New Orleans Patriots.
He said
New
Orleans.
England. New England
When you
Patriots.
need a quick pick-me-up, you play tailor-made suckers.
Exactly. That's why San Francisco
Call
looked so
the
good
hotline.
yesterday.
Oh well, next week we're gonna even do better because we got
718
Seattle.
516
We're gonna be playing Seattle.
0711.
Johnny Wishbone and his friends.
What day is that?
No, they play the Cardinals. They play the Cardinals next week. The Cardinals is coming to them. So then after that, they play Seattle. That's on a Thursday. They're gonna have a short week. They're gonna play. Well, they tailor-made 2 suckers, so they should take care of business with that.
All right, this is the relic.
Oh,
Uh-oh.
Go ahead. Talk.
All right. So I'm here.
Yeah, you.
I know who it is.
Okay.
Yeah, I know the name. I'm shouting out everybody except that kid on the end in Todd's spot, since he want to be disrespectful and talk issues.
you want to see disrespectful?
You know what I'm saying?
Let us come to your house and see that rotary phone that you calling from. That's
Yeah, okay.
disrespectful.
You call it what you want. If
My
making the
bell,
call, if the
my
call's
bell
clear,
still
everything's all
want
good.
that. Bell Atlantic, my bell still want their phone back.
Okay. So let me just start off, right? Kirk said last week I wouldn't bet on my team because I don't respect my team enough, right? Clearly seeing Tomlin once again do something silly in the last 4 games. He's going for it on 4th down on the 40 on our side of the ball, which resulted in us not getting the first down, and the other team, they probably only had to get 7 yards. They kicked the field goal, which gave them an extra 3 points, and we lost by 3. So I just want to say this. Stop saying this dude is a great coach, because he ain't. He's a good coach, but he keeps doing silly stuff like that makes us lose these close games, these games that we could win, because we got to play mistake-free football when we're behind. You know what I'm saying? We can't afford chances being taken, and then we got freaking the team making mistakes. We made a lot of mistakes that game. But even at the end, had we not have given up them 3 points in that field goal, we'd have been in that game. You know what I'm saying? So this is why I can't bet on my team. I'm not betting on a team where I got to worry about the refs and I got to worry about Tomlin's decision making. You understand what I'm saying? So, and there was another play when the
The other quarterback clearly overthrew the receiver, but our the D-backs momentum ran him into thrown, and they call it pass interference, which gave him the other field goal. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not betting on games like that. But anyway, go ahead.
I got a quick question to ask you.
Hey, you ready for him?
I got a quick question. Can you hear
I'm
this?
listening.
Can you hear this?
I'm listening.
Like you have that laughter when we all be here. I got laughter for you. You didn't actually think that your team was gonna win that game, did you?
Yes,
And
I
do you
did.
actually think y'all gonna beat the Cowboys next week?
Yes,
Even though
I
I don't
did.
like near one of your
Yes,
teams.
I do.
But do
Yes,
you
I
actually
do.
think
The
that your team
Cowboys
is going to
got just as
perform?
much issues as we got. If Thomas stays out of if Thomas not stop risk taking and play straight up football, we can win every game.
That's what any team. Any team is going to have to take risks.
No.
Any team going to take risks doing
Not
football.
every coach don't do what Tomlin do. Every coach don't do what Tomlin does. He went for it on 4th and 1 on our side of the ball, and it's not even freaking the second half yet.
Let me ask you a question. It's not even the second half yet, so why not go for it on 4th and 1? Why not? If I would have saw the game, I could have put out a whole lot of things that what your team was doing to keep y'all behind in the first place.
You're not being a smart coach. That's what you're telling me. You got a team that's struggling.
You got 3 and 4 quarters left to play football. Why not go for it on 4th and 1 and keep the momentum going?
Struggling on offense. You do not go for those early in the game. You punt the ball because you got a great defense. That's what you do.
Are y'all gonna win next week, or you gonna make another excuse for next week?
Listen. Let me give an example. The longer the field, the most likely, the better chance something can happen. We got the ball at the 4-yard line, one of them drives. Did we make a touchdown? No. Pickens fumbled the ball at their 4-yard line. So if we punt the ball, we got a great chance of stopping them. We don't give them field goal range.
What was the score
And
again?
it's not in the second half.
It was 26 to what?
27-24.
27-24.
27-24.
So your
We
defense
lost
wasn't
because
doing
of that.
all of that if you gave up 27 points.
Say it again.
Your defense wasn't doing all that great if you gave up 27 points.
We gave
and
up
y'all was
17 points.
Well, in the beginning of the game, y'all gave it up early. So it ain't like that defense potent it. You got to come to terms with the reality of the truth and stop telling the funky lie. The lie is that you thinking that your team is that good on defense when you gave up 27 points.
Are you gonna listen?
How many points you think? How many you think team need to beat y'all?
We gave up 17 points in the first half, 3 points Tomlin gave them. We gave up 10 points in the second half because we made adjustments. You know what I'm saying? There's every defense ain't gonna play lights out every half.
They made adjustments too because they only let you score 24 points and still won the game.
We fumbled. We had fumbles. We did all types of silly stuff. But
ain't that part of football?
Yeah.
Okay.
But the coach got to be smart because we can't make mistakes. We're not a team that can. We're not a team that can overcome all our mistakes. We're not Kansas City where we can throw 5 interceptions, still win the game. So the coach needs to understand that. So you don't put the team at risk like that.
Well, that's why I told you're only going to win 6 to 7 games this year, and your coach going to get fired.
We're going to see, buddy.
So you might as well go with the ugly truth.
As of right now, we still division leaders.
Are you in the same division with the Rams? Are you in the same division with the Ravens?
That's right.
How long you think that's going to last?
And the Ravens got issues too. So
how long? I'm asking you a question. How long do you think that's going to last? Because
we should win this. We should win this division. Are you kidding me?
No, I'm not. I'm gonna ask you a question. Okay. If you don't think
just told you
your team right now is 3-1, right?
I just told you we should win this division.
Answer the question. Your team is 3-1, right?
Yeah.
Okay, then you might as well put the Ravens 2 games on y'all. Y'all gonna be 3-3. Y'all already at 500. So now when you play Dallas
every year,
now when
majority of the years we split with the Ravens, regardless of what our records are.
All right, look it up to go on a 2-game losing streak.
All right, so let's clean this up. Let me clean this up a little bit. So, So I don't want to sound like you but I do when I talk about the Yankees, and I don't be happy with the coaching or the GM, but they in first place. So maybe it's me. I'm liking the Yankees and they're not, and I'm looking at things that's happening or like the closer, and your team is in first place currently, and the coach is not doing what you want him to do, but he's getting results. So
listen, that's not the issue, Dave. The issue is this. That game could cost us a playoff spot. That game could cost us home field advantage. You understand what I'm saying? That's what I'm talking about.
Well, time will only tell.
That boy phone off. He said home court
Time
advantage.
will only tell. Hold up. Time will only tell if they could get it together and win their division. I understand what you're saying, but
right,
you somewhat got to give the guy. He's one of the longest tenured coaches.
That means nothing. That means nothing right now. That means nothing right now. This is what have you done for me lately? League. That means nothing.
The next time y'all play and win the game is when y'all when the Giants come to play y'all.
All right, so listen.
In a couple of weeks.
I'm gonna let you.
Y'all scheduled for about 3 good losses.
You commute with your thoughts. If you online, you listening to the picks, you could send your picks.
Listen to this. When we first talked before the season started, when we first talked about Steelers and Tomlin, I said, "Yo, he be making silly mistakes and stuff." Y'all didn't believe me. Y'all just seen 2 games where he made silly decisions. Y'all just seen 2 games. All right, and we ain't even halfway there yet. So he got to stop doing that. He's putting us in messed up positions.
Okay,
right,
but when he make those decisions, you win, you fine with it. But when he make them when you lose, you don't like it.
Oh, I'm not fine with it. When he did it in the first week, I wasn't fine with it.
But you won though. You was running around here smiling.
Huh?
Y'all won, but you was running around here bragging and smiling.
All right.
If you watch the first week, I screamed on him.
All right, you absolutely did. But we're gonna wrap this up because we don't want to waste too much time, any more time on this. I sent you the thing. You can send the pics in. If you're listening, follow what we're doing. All right.
All right, no problem.
All right, thank you. Talk to you later.
Yo, Greg, it's good talking to you, especially after that loss.
Right, hold that. All right, we done. We done. We done. We can't just do the back and forth with that. We gotta be more uplifting.
I love that dude.
All right, no doubt. So
yeah, that's your boy. You giving him a hard time.
I have to.
No, I hear you. He's gonna do the same thing to you.
All right, so
it's in my DNA.
Yeah, you better get them pics in because it's gonna take a while.
So I'm ready. I'm gonna put Mongo here if he's gonna do it. Hopefully, send your pics. All right, so here we go. The first game is going to be the Thursday night game, Tampa Bay versus Atlanta.
Where's the game at?
Atlanta.
Oh.
All right, so we're gonna start with you.
I'm
Okay,
going
we'll
to pick. No,
No.
I'm going to take. You said Tampa Bay at Atlanta.
Yes.
I'm going with Tampa Bay.
Really?
Yeah.
All right. And
I'm going with Atlanta, my future hometown. Not my team, my future hometown.
Serge.
Yikes. Yeah, I'm gonna go with Atlanta.
Me too. Okay. Sorry. I gotta get back to the thing. The Jets at Minnesota. Actually, they're in London, but the Minnesota will be the home team.
Right.
Oh, Minnesota. Your Jets people are done. That dude Sam Darlington is having a fabulous season. And he wasn't even supposed to be the starter. The rookie guy was supposed to be the starter, and he's playing so well. All quarterbacks that leave New York seem to play well. Well, any sport, any
Shout out
sport.
to Bowman on the check-in. And John Green said, the Falcons and the Vikings. So you going with the Vikings, Greg?
Yeah.
Got me scared. But Aaron Rodgers was a little disturbed this week. and when he's a bad man, and maybe he could make some changes. But
He's
just-
mad at his receivers for not coming to the ball, but you didn't play no preseason with them. So how are they supposed to learn when they're supposed to turn back if you play no games and they to learn what you like, And the coach sucks for saying that maybe they need to get away from all the gimmicks he do instead of holding his players accountable. Like they play terrible.
And what you got? The Jets or the Vikings?
I'm going with the Vikings.
Serge.
That dude came from the 49ers. He's a 49er quarterback now.
All right, Serge.
That's the only reason. Because he's a 49er quarterback.
No, I think the Vikings got some pretty decent
I
defense.
think it's time for the Vikings to take a hit. So I'm going with the Jets.
Wow.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm rocking out with Serge.
You think the Jets got enough firepower to beat them?
All right, yeah, we're gonna move on. Charlotte versus Chicago. The Panthers in Chicago. This is the no-brainer for everybody, but I want to hear it. Let's go.
It's a no-brainer.
I'm going with Chicago.
Yeah.
The Bears, all right. I'll take the Bears.
They played well this week, but the Panthers are playing better. I'm going with the Panthers.
Oops. So much for the no-brainer. I'm going with Chi-Town. The Bears. All right. John Green, the Bears. All right. Moving forward. Baltimore at Cincinnati. Now, this should be an interesting game.
I'm going with Baltimore.
Yeah, put me down.
Definitely the Ravens.
Greg.
Ravens.
I'm going with Cincinnati.
Really?
They playing at Cincinnati.
Okay.
And, I mean, the Ravens are good. And I'm going with the Bengals.
And the Bengals ain't.
I'm just going with them. Got to be more careful.
Yeah, you do.
I mean, mind you, they were talking about how great they were. Derrick Henry's a beast. And I'm doing this not for just entertainment purposes, but does the Ravens have a great defense and everything, but do they defend the pass as good as they defend the run? It's just a question.
No. What?
Okay.
I'm just asking you, what do you see in the Bengals that can think you that they're gonna be able to go body to body with them? Because the Ravens will score. You think the Bengals got enough offense to put up 21 points?
They tough tested. Yeah, they can put up offense.
All
They
right.
can't put up the offense.
All right.
But against that defense, that's a good question.
I don't think so.
And
I think that game is going to be like 31-17, if that much.
all right.
I'm being generous with the 17.
Well, thank you for being so generous. So here we go. Buffalo at Houston.
That's it.
Oh my gosh.
Can we turn the mic off and discuss that game? Because
No.
Buffalo looked like trash last week.
No. Well, so
Oh,
it's either
man.
a comeback situation or Houston gonna.
But that's a
Houston gonna
team
be
that you
strong.
don't want to bet against neither.
That's right. So that's why you're gonna pick it. You're gonna pick it. Say what
Serge,
it is.
what you saying?
John Green said the Bills.
Yeah, I'm going with the Bills. I think they bounce back.
Yeah. Put me down for the Bills.
Me too. Bills.
And
Bills. Bills. Definitely.
I'm going with Houston.
Cousins over there? You got family there?
Nah, I'm just
Stay in Houston.
yes.
Mhm.
They was
Indiana-
In Houston. It was in Houston yesterday too, right?
And they won. All right, Indiana at the Jaguars.
Indiana.
Good.
I'm gonna stay with the Jags. I think the quarterback they pulled it out this week. I think they're gonna pull out another one this week also.
Jag.
Yep.
Serge.
Yeah, the Texans pulled it out against the Jags yesterday. Last second, didn't they?
Yes, they
Mhm.
did.
So it's the Jaguars and
Colts at the Jaguars.
Jaguars. I think they do for their first win. They 0-4. I believe they're gonna be 1-4.
Okay. Jags. Got you. Me too. All right. Next game is This should be interesting. Miami at New England.
Mm.
Patriots.
Okay. Green.
Miami. I think they're gonna find a way. They got everything except that quarterback, but I think they're gonna find a way. With Waddle and Hill there,
Serge.
running back, they're gonna find a way.
Man,
It's a hard one.
it's
It's a hard
in
one.
New England.
Yep,
I don't know what the weather's gonna be.
that's what I was thinking, but I'm
If
gonna
the
go
weather's
Miami.
bad, Miami's done. If the weather's good, Miami's done. So I'm going with the Pats. I just don't believe in Miami without a quarterback.
All right,
I don't
cool.
think Miami got enough. I don't think the
All right.
Patriots got enough offense.
Cleveland
They got a
here.
better
Here's a
defense.
no-brainer. Here we go again. But somebody could go against the grain. Cleveland at Washington.
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 I'm going with Todd's team. I'm going with Washington.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with the kid. He's playing well.
It's unanimous. The Commandos. All right. This ought to be an interesting game.
Raiders.
The Raiders at Denver.
Raiders.
Raiders. That's a pick 'em, but I'm gonna go with the Raiders.
Denver's won 2 in a row. The Raiders,
1-2 in a row.
did they? No, they didn't, because they got beat last week, and the
Okay.
coach was mad as hell.
Okay.
And
I
they
say
beat,
1-1.
and
Yeah,
they
the
beat
last one.
Cleveland, and Cleveland is as bad as it gets in the league too. So I'm gonna go with Denver at home.
That's gonna be interesting.
I think their defense is gonna hold them down.
I think the Raiders. Think the Raiders turning it around after that coach yelled at them.
Okay. I'm gonna go with Denver too. Arizona at the 49ers. Now, this is a no-brainer too.
Niner Nation.
Exactly. I know you saying that. But Greg, I just gotta check.
49ers.
Serge,
Yeah, 49ers.
are they back for real?
Yeah, it should be. They home too. They should be all right. Hell,
Mind
they 10-point favorites.
All right, mind you, we're not going with the
They
points.
might not
we
win
just
by
going-
10, but
We're just going straight up with
they
the win or
should win.
lose.
Right.
Correct. Green Bay at the Rams.
Wow.
Green Bay.
Interesting.
Green Bay for sure.
Greg?
I'm going with the Rams.
Green Bay ain't got no receivers.
All right, no problem. Serge?
It's Green Bay at the Rams.
Correct.
Yeah, I think Jordan Love will be all right. I'm going with the Green Bay Packers.
Me too.
I think he needed that game, get that throwing them interceptions out of his system.
All right. Next game is now this should be somewhat simple too. No pressure though. The Giants at the Seahawks.
I'm going with Johnny Wishbone and his posse.
You didn't pick Johnny Wishbone.
Yeah,
Yes,
you
I did. I put Johnny Wishbone and his
Seahawks.
posse over the Giants.
Seahawks. Yes.
You was there with me.
I don't even have to ask Serge.
You was there with me.
Yeah, you know you don't have to ask.
You was there with me when we saw the Giants couldn't get in the end zone for nothing. They could not get in that end zone and kick
All
5
right.
field goals.
So the next
And
one,
you skipped one.
I
You skipped the Cowboys versus the Steelers.
nah, we just getting there, bro. All right, let
Oh.
me do this.
He
I shouted to you, but that's the last game of Sunday. All right.
I'm going by the list.
All right.
Oh,
Well,
he
stay
gon-
stay with me,
Okay.
please. So that's the last game for Sunday, and then you got a Monday night game. All right. So the Dallas at Pittsburgh. What you got?
Cowboys.
I'm going with the offense, Cowboys.
America's team, Cowboys.
It's
Forever.
not America's team. It's not. It's just a saying.
He's a
It's
Cowboy
never-
fan.
It's never gonna go away.
Respect his ring, bro.
It's never gonna go away.
Cowboys. John Green said the Cowboys. Serge,
What you got?
I'm going with Pitt. Just
Just
Pop-
to be
to
contrary.
crank up still. Yeah.
Yeah, you know what? I'm gonna be contrary with you.
Don't do it, Serge.
I'm gonna make Mungo proud,
For what?
and I'm gonna pick the Dallas Cowboys. Sorry, Mom, I can't do it, kid. I just can't do it. You got to show me that you're for real.
I guess he made you proud. All right, and the last game, which should be a no-brainer, but it could be interesting. The Saints at the Chiefs.
Chiefs.
Chiefs
sure.
to me, Dave.
For sure.
You know, Saints playing some good football, but
Yeah, and the Saints. I mean, the
wait
Chiefs.
a minute. In the Saints, the Chiefs just lost that receiver, Rice.
Yeah, they lost their receiver.
They got a torn ACL.
They're having a problem scoring points this year, and the Saints aren't really having that kind of problem. Even though Kansas City's defense is really good.
You're going with the Chiefs, man.
I'm
not.
I you know what? I smell an upset.
Uh-oh.
I think New Orleans is gonna
Saints,
take them.
They didn't
I
win
think
yesterday.
The Chiefs are gonna get knocked off that undefeated thing too.
Okay. All right. So that's it for that. All right. So now, let me just give you a little trivia. Coach Kurt ain't here. Shout out to Coach Kurt. And I'm gonna do a little trivia. All right. So it may not be as good as.
That clock got me messed up.
Yeah,
It's like
Yeah.
10 minutes.
10
slow.
minutes.
All right. So we have like a few minutes left.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
No,
9
not
minutes.
8 minutes.
Yeah.
Eight
Yeah,
minutes.
something like that.
All right, so we have a few minutes left. So, with that being said, again, I'm gonna do a little football trivia. Anybody want to update us on the Mets and the second game score?
It's
So you got it?
1-0, bottom of the 6th.
1-0 Mets.
No.
Oh,
Braves.
Atlanta
got
Braves.
one.
All right, so just for fun, who returned punts and kickoffs with Lynn Swan at USC, then won Rookie of the Year in another sport?
With Lynn Swan. What was the other sport?
Wow.
Was it baseball?
There you go. That's a lifeline. There you go,
It
baseball.
was baseball, and
Right.
the Rookie of the Year back then.
In the 70s.
There you go.
Oh man!
Okay, I'll give you.
Was he what side of was he in the
National American League. How
was it
about
American League?
that? Yeah. So if I give you any more clues, then you might as well get the answer.
You didn't give me no clue. I said baseball.
I said American League also.
All right, well that's one clue.
You talking 1970s. You guys go back 50 years.
So what-
You
what's
said
the problem?
1970 what?
My brain don't
See,
go
here we
past
go.
40.
75.
75. I was
See?
only like 9 years old.
Never mind. Don't tell
There
your
you go.
age.
Like actually, I was 8.
All right,
There
never
you
mind.
go.
But Lynn Swan, and okay, so
Who
I'm
the
gonna have to
hell
go in that
played
era.
USC in-
USC and baseball.
It's either Pete Rose or
No, it's not Pete.
Eh,
No.
Pete Rose is
Pete Rose
much
played
older.
in the 60s.
Yeah, he's much older than
Bucky Dent.
Ooh, good answer. No.
No,
I have no clue.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Rod
Coach Kurt,
Carew?
where you at? No. Rod Carew started in the 62, late 60s.
Yeah,
All right.
I'm pretty sure he didn't go to USC. either.
Wait,
Right.
Nah,
no.
I
but
got
he-
one more. I got
Dave
one.
Winfield?
No.
No,
He went
that's
to
too early.
Minnesota.
That's too
And he
early.
went to Minnesota anyway.
We talk about a Lynn Swan era.
It wasn't too early.
That was too late. He came
Oh.
later.
Yo,
then.
no, it was too early because Dave Winfield played in the 90s.
Was
I
it
don't know
Dustin
if he-
Baker?
No.
That's-
No, that's
Baker.
too late.
That's-
All right,
Yes.
so let me give you another hint.
Yeah,
He was an outfielder.
a really good hint.
Oh, and he played in the American League.
The American League.
Reggie
outfielder
Jackson.
in 1975. No, Reggie went to Arizona State.
All right.
And he played. He was receiving, but he played baseball.
He was a wide receiver for USC, and he played baseball.
Mm.
He
He ran
returned
back
punts
He
and
ran back
kickoffs
kicks.
with Lynn Swan.
Ooh. Come on, Mr. Green.
So I'm
John
trying-
Green. John Green.
I don't know.
Yeah, I think
I
you
got
better
John
give-
Green off. All right, so I'm gonna give it up.
Yeah. Who the hell was that?
Fred Lynn.
Fred Lynn.
Freddie Lynn.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
That Freddie Lynn played for the Boston
Red Sox,
Yeah.
correct.
Wow.
Okay.
That's amazing.
What pro team did Dan Marino play his entire career?
Oh, that's
Come on, bro. I gave you a hard one. Now I'm giving you an easy one.
Miami
Miami
Dolphins.
All
Dolphins.
right.
They never won a Super.
Went to the
Super
Super Bowl once his
First
rookie
year.
year and never went back.
Yep.
What he went
First
as a
year.
visitor?
No.
no.
Never-
1983.
He got
They never
stopped
won a
by the
Super Bowl either.
49ers, I think, right?
That's
Was it
83.
49ers, Washington Redskins beat them up. And that's when they had the Hogs over there with John Riggins
Yeah.
and
Yeah, but who did he lose the Super Bowl
Joe
to?
Theismann. He lost twice to the Washington Redskins. He lost.
He only went
twice.
once.
All right.
He went to one Super Bowl.
All right, next
He only went
question.
once,
Next
his first
question.
year.
All right, we're gonna try to wrap it up, but next question. How many interceptions did Joe Montana throw in 4 Super Bowls?
3.
None.
Yeah, I'm gonna say 0.
Damn, you
None.
got it.
Oh,
None.
0?
Ding,
Wow,
ling,
4
ling.
0.
That was a good question though.
None. Because they used to talk about him. None.
That was good. That was
Yeah.
good.
He was in the GOAT category for the
That
longest time.
is so true. And he should probably still be in the GOAT category.
Yo, they
I think
asked
his record got tarnished when he went over to another team at the end.
they asked LT who's the best quarterback ever. He said is Joe Montana, and I think he was on a podcast with Matt Barnes and I forgot the other dude name, and they said why. They said why not Brady? He says the quarterback gets away with murder now. It's too soft. Like he went through the trenches and did what he did.
Yeah, they always
You know.
used to say that he had
Yeah.
and that's what made me start really paying
Right,
attention more to the 49ers.
Yeah.
They said he had a great accuracy with the football, and he would stay in that pocket to take that hit, to throw that football.
Yeah.
All right, so we got a couple minutes left. So I just want to say shout out to everybody listening, paying attention. Vic Graham, Mike Pender, Chad O'Matic, Bo Man and company, John Green. Thank everybody for calling in. So much of a shout out and mad love to Lisa Ray and my boy Cleo Smalls, formerly 540 Jam. Also like to share with y'all that we still have a not-for-profit organization. It's Transit Workers for Children. And y'all can visit our website at twfc22.org. So I've been up and down with doing charitable things, but I always try to stay grounded and do charitable things. So what I'm planning to do, I don't know if I'm going to do the trunk or treat yet, but definitely something with the Christmas extravaganza. I'll probably host something at the Black Spectrum Theater, a play called Scrooge, and it'll be December 9th, and I'm going to give tickets away. And if anybody's interested, they can make a donation towards the charity, again, towards me, working my endeavors, hustling and giving away tickets for kids to go and visit and see the play Scrooge. So that'll be December 9th. That'll be in Roy Wilkins Park at the Black Spectrum Theater. So again, it's twfc22.org. All right. So that'll be Transit Workers for Children, the website 22.org. I also want to point out that I know a guy, and we're doing they're doing tickets for the Seahawks and the Jets, and the tickets are like $122, and that's the first week of December. I know a guy that's doing that. Also know that same guy that's doing a bus ride to Nordic Lodge November 2nd. So if you're interested, shout me out. All right. Anyway, let's wrap it up and let's say our goodbyes. I want to thank you, brothers, for sitting in. Had a great show again, and hope everybody have a lovely week to come, and I'll see y'all next week. Go ahead, John Green. Anthony Green. I'm sorry. There's so many Greens.
It's a pleasure honor
you,
to sit
brother.
here. Shout out to my man Todd. I was sitting here representing you today, my brother. I hope everybody get home safe, and thank all the callers and listeners and everybody that's giving this show a lot of love. Thank you, and keep giving it.
Great.
Thank you for everyone that called in. Thank you to Cleo and Lisa. Good information, Lisa, on what's going on with MS. I know her from high school, so we went to the same high school, August Martin. Good people. All right now.
All right, Serge.
Yeah, I should have said this earlier. Congratulations to my niece Jessica having a baby this weekend.
All right.
congrats.
Proud of you, girl. I
Congratulations.
know you're gonna be a great
Congratulations.
mom. And thank you to everybody who's listening out there. We really appreciate your patronage, and we hope that you'll hang in there with us. Thank you.
Thank y'all. And we'll see y'all next week. Peace.
No music. Sorry, no
music.
music.
Yep.
The relic ain't here.
No music. No music. No music.
Mhm.
All right.
Y'all want some music?
No, we finished. We finished. No music.
Man, a great show, man. You guys is 100% great.